Hello and welcome to this review of Stories to Path of Destinies. Now I'm playing this on the PS4 and we're gonna get straight into it. I think there's a lot to say about this game and already I can say I'm quite positive what I have been feeling starting to play it. I put some hours into it and now it's time to see what actually comes out from it. Stories to Path of Destinies is said to be a madcap epic fantasy, and the good thing here, and I like that in this game, is that each choice you make takes you into a different story. And I actually started my path playing the game. I came to a kind of ending, you might say, and I realized that I might have made some wrong choices along the way. So I started to play it once again to see what would happen if I, did a different choice along the way. So each story, some dark and some romantic, is all action-packed, and that is true. I have been fighting a lot through my way here on the different kind of levels and maps. Is true in its way and will lead you to victory if you pay enough attention, and that I really try to do. I wasn't really sure at some point when I get this kind of possibility to choose whether I would go to a certain place and do some tasks or if I will turn into another direction, but that showed up, as I said, towards the end of the gameplay, where I actually realized that okay, I didn't do too bad. You will see later on, you actually get a saying what kind of hero you are in the game. But again, I find it very, very nice that you can, or actually it encourages you to play the game again, especially if you kind of fail. I'm not saying that there's something that is right or wrong in the game, but apparently you can get, different variations and different endings, you might say. So now you might wonder, what is Stories to Path of Destinies? Well, you're playing as a fox, and the name of the fox is Leonardo. He's supposed to be a clever rogue, but he's not as clever as he thinks, and we will see that coming now and then. I guess it mostly has to do with me. Maybe I'm not so clever because I do choices now and then that might not be the best. But anyway, he's got himself sucked into a kind of rebellion, and it's a rebellion against a mad emperor. I think he's actually a toad. And now he's got some fateful choices to make along the way. Leonardo has to consider if he's gonna rescue his oldest friend, the shiftless Lapino, or wield the gem cursed by a dead god, or even resurrect a weapon lost at the beginning of time. Now, a lot to think of. Putting no stress onto the player, no. But worse also is that he's still in love with the Emperor's adopted daughter, and he met her in the Sword School, where he got his skills and she got hers. Now he has dozens of ways to screw this up actually, and but the big question is, can he find a way to win the war? Playing this game is like stepping into a fairy tale universe, and this universe is filled with floating islands, airships, and colorful magic. And it's supposed to be an action RPG, which I think it is. As you can see, you can also do a lot of things with the gems you're collecting, but also find ways to upgrade your weapons, the swords, actually building some new swords and getting new abilities along the way. Now, this was a good thing and it worked really well, quite easy to understand. The tutorial in the game is also well done, so it performs really well when you get it into your hands, regarding how to in the menus and so forth. When I started to play, I felt that it was a bit too easy to overcome the enemies, and I was a bit afraid, is this the way it's going to be forever in the game? But you don't have to worry. This is actually a thing that the game developers has made to get you into the game, get the, hang of it when it comes to the core of the fighting system and the mechanics of the fighting. So I think that was really nice. So when you get further on into the game, you definitely have to be aware of the fact that the enemies will be tougher against you, and you will have to use the different abilities and also swap between the different swords in order to defeat the foes. The voice of the storyteller in this game is really good, and I guess some of you guys might know who it is. Julian Casey is famous for his work as the scientist of Tiny Brains and as Uncle Jack of We Happy Few from Compulsion Games. I also want to give a plus to the visuals of this game. I like the sketchy animated graphics. It looks really good and performs well, but also really fits well with the game and the story and all. That goes for the sound design as well, and the music. I think it all kind of, works well together, so that is a big thumb up. Now the game was set to be released on April 12th, and I said I played it on PS4, but you can also play it on PC. It's available, for example, on Steam if you want to get the game. And the guys behind the game is called Spearhead Games, and they are based in Montreal in Canada, and they are an independent studio. The developers has used the great Unreal Engine 4 engine, and I thought that already when I started to play. I kind of recognized that. It looks really good, as I said, and the graphics is really nice also on the PS4. There was one thing I thought about when it came to the camera when I started to play the game, because usually you can control the camera and turn it around the main character, Mr. Leonardo here, but that didn't happen. I thought in the beginning that, since they're doing some pedagogic work when it comes to, learning the gamer how to play the game, maybe that would be something that showed up later, but it wasn't. And I would have liked to have that. I like to change the camera angle myself. I'm not saying that it's working bad, because it's not. Actually, they've done that well too, so you get used to it in a few minutes or maybe an hour. So it's not a big problem, but that was something at least I thought of that might be a bit on the downside. But again, it works also with this kind of automated or fixed camera. The combat system is fun, and I think the combos are also really good, and when you get the hang of it, you can actually get some really cool looking combos and stuff going on when you're fighting. But I wouldn't say that the fighting system is the strongest part of this game. For me, it's actually the story and the way that the story is told, and as I said earlier, the way that you can sort of interact or actually choose the path of destinies yourself by doing these different choices when you get to the menu and a new kind of chapter is about to start in the game. I find that very amusing and something that I sort of wanted to point out, because that is one of the strongest things within this game, and it really makes you want to play the game over again. And as I said, I did. I started again just to see if I can reach another kind of ending, you might say. The controller settings worked really well in this game on the PS4. It didn't take long until I, didn't have to think at all. It just was in my hand, so to speak. And that's a good sign also, because sometimes you get into games, and it doesn't matter if you play this on PC also and you're using a controller. Of course, you have a good chance there to map it yourself as you want. But still, sometimes you have problems with that because, like the custom or default settings are really weird. But here, again, it didn't take long until it was in my hands, and that's also on the plus side. I also wanted to say that this game is for everyone. And when I say that, it's not only for kids or young people. Hey guys, I am probably older than most of you, but I really enjoy the game. I've been playing a lot of games through the years, and I like to play this. I can say that I've said it a few times now, and I hope you get the message, so to speak. So again, it's not a kids game. It's for everyone that likes this kind of action RPG genre. I do, and especially when it looks this appealing and it has this kind of storyline that keeps me interested, and also again this way of choosing what kind of destiny, or actually what kind of path towards your destiny you will get or choose. At this point in the gameplay, I was actually reaching a kind of ending, you might say, and I didn't know that, but apparently I did. And just after this, I actually started, a new kind of journey within the game, choosing another path to see if that would be better for me, and it actually was. What it was, I will not tell you. I will not spoil anything there. I hope you will get a chance to put your hands on this game. If you do so, or if you actually already have played it, let me know in the comment section, and please tell me your thoughts about it. On my behalf, I am giving a thumbs up for Stories The Path of Destinies. I have enjoyed playing this game on the PS4. This was 40 Splish Splash or Roger.
Reviews like this one are created thanks in part to the support of spectacular viewers like yourself. To make sure you don't miss out on anything we do, like, subscribe and hit the bell icon. If you wish to support us even further, you can subscribe to our other channels, the podcast That Beautiful Life, use our Amazon affiliate links, or donate to our Patreon. Links to all are in the description below, and I'll see you guys in the next one.